What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, man, coming at you with a quick live video. Now, this video is pertaining to the Houston Texans that you saw in the thumbnail, and I named it, Is This Streak Legit? This 9-game win streak that the Texans are on. Now, a lot of people, well, before I get to that, let me go ahead and say this here real quick. I know this is about the Houston Texans, but I want to say something about the Houston Rockets right now. The Houston Rockets just got blown out by the Utah Jazz yesterday. I forget the final score, but they just got blown out by the Utah Jazz. And if I'm not mistaken, last time I saw the record was they're 11-13, if I'm not mistaken. So a little bit struggle to the year, and that's fine. That's how it goes at times. Not gonna always win every single game. Now, with that being said, um, with that being said, I do still have faith in my Rockets. I still believe that the Houston Rockets are finna make some noise. Will it be the noise that they made last season? Probably not. But I do still have faith in them that things are going to turn around, that things is going to happen for them. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and get to the Houston Texans, who is on a 9-game winning streak. Just beat the Cleveland Browns. And the reason why I said is this winning streak legit? Is it legit? Is because I noticed that a lot of people don't give the Houston Texans respect. Well, they ain't played nobody. They ain't played nobody. Can't help who play. If you think we ain't played anybody, good, fine. Can't say that we did or didn't. But the thing is, you got to play who's on your schedule, when they're on your schedule. Any team can win or lose at any given moment. That's just how it goes. And we won 9 straight, which is hard to do. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I've noticed several football power rankings. Now, a good friend of mine on South Sports, Ed Honcho, he noticed the same thing, and he did a video about it. Not saying that the Texans were not in the top 10 in power rankings, and that is true. So, well, not top 10. I'm sorry, not in top 5. Has some questionable teams ahead of us. And I also noticed we don't get the respect for winning 9 straight. If that's not easy to do, if that's so easy to do, excuse me, how come no other team has ever done this before? Start off 0-3 and then win 9 straight. At first, the most was 7 straight back in 1925 by the New York Giants. So, and we beat that already by 2 extra games. How come nobody else has ever done it? In almost 100 damn years. Nobody's ever done that. Just think about that for a moment. So that's the reason why I say, yeah, you might say, oh, well, they ain't playing nobody legit. Well, we have beaten some good quality teams. You know what I'm saying? We beat the Washington Redskins, who at that time had the same record as us. It was 6-3. We beat the Dallas Cowboys. At that time, they was 2-2, but we beat them. Beat the Miami Dolphins. At that time, we beat them. They had a winning record. They was 5-4 or something like that, 4-3. They were 1 game above 500. I know that. Who else? Might not say they was winning at the time or they was any good. The Denver Broncos. Anybody know you come to Colorado try to do any kind of activities in Colorado, it's kind of tough to do. So that's going to be, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be hard to do regardless. So now the reason why I'm naming this because I've noticed some things over the years, over the past couple of years. I'm gonna say the past 3 or 4 years when it comes to basketball and football. I'm pretending only the basketball and football. Houston sports do not get the recognition that it deserves unless we do something spectacular. I mean, it has to be off the wall spectacular. Something that's probably never been seen before or haven't been seen in many, many, many years for us to even get some kind of attention here in the city of Houston. Now, for example, nobody really talked about the Houston Rockets that much until last season, excuse me, when the Rockets was this close to going to the NBA Finals and lost Game 7 to the Golden State Warriors, pushed the Warriors to the brink of elimination. Nobody really talked about the Rockets. No, and I'm going to go as far as say this here. Nobody really talked about the Astros that much until they won the World Series a couple of seasons ago. Nobody, and now let's go to football. What's going on, Jay Bird? How you doing? Uh, I'm trying to make it happen, Jay Bird. Uh, Now let's go also to let's go to football. Now I'm pertaining this mostly to DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, well I appreciate you stopping by. It doesn't matter if you stop by for a second or for a whole entire hour. It doesn't matter. I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Uh, Now I'm pertaining this mostly to DeAndre Hopkins, and this is why I'm saying that. DeAndre Hopkins, we all been saying if you're a Texan fan, you watch these Texans games. DeAndre Hopkins been doing some amazing stuff since he got into the league. I mean, some amazing stuff since he got into the league. Now, of course, you know, Antonio Brown has Big Ben throwing him the ball his entire career. So far, his entire career. But I'm not talking about injuries and stuff like that when they're not playing because of injuries or illness or whatever. That's different, something like that. Julio Jones has Matt Ryan. Odell Beckham has Eli Manning. What do all of them quarterbacks have in common? They've been to Super Bowls. Now, I know Matt Ryan didn't win the Super Bowl he went to, but he been to one. Eli Manning and Big Ben has won Super Bowls. There's a steady quarterback system in these cities with these wide receivers. Now, DeAndre Hopkins did not have this his entire career until now, and still was putting up big numbers. Yeah, NFL Network, ESPN, all these other, national media outlets might say, wow, DeAndre Hopkins is pretty good. Give him that little bit of notoriety and then go wherever else to whatever other team. I've noticed that. And I know this, a lot of us in Houston sports, we talk about that a lot, that this is how we get treated in the NFL. I mean, how the national media treat us. Well, we can't help but to bring that up because when the Patriots is not winning games, what's wrong with the Patriots? Big Ben is criticizing his teammates. There's some controversy up in the Steel City. It's like seriously. See, they'll focus all on the negativity with those teams. But a player and a team that's doing good, they don't really focus on. And I'm pertaining to the Houston Texans. That's who I'm pertaining to, the Houston Texans. Now, with that being said, uh, I am saying this here though. The Houston Texans has been a stable franchise since they've been here. Now, I admit the first few years in the since they've been in the league, so they in their existence, they haven't really done too much. But we have star players on this team that has been making noise, and if you notice, they have not been getting a lot of notoriety. Now I know you might be saying, man, what's your point? Where you getting at? I'm getting saying all this to trying to get to my point. Is this winning streak legit? Because besides people that are fans of the team, besides people that notice this, nobody's really saying that this winning streak is legit. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like I just said, when the Texans played the Miami Dolphins this season, excuse me, DeAndre Hopkins had that amazing catch that got called off because of penalty or whatever. Had that amazing catch, caught it with one hand between his legs and pinned it on his hamstring and fell down to the ground holding it. It was a catch. Now, I also was like, this is crazy. Now y'all notice how good he's the best receiver in the game. When we've been saying that, Odell Beckham got his notoriety because of that famous one-handed catch he had against the Dallas Cowboys. That was a good catch. I'm not gonna knock it. It was, but this is what they're not saying. They lost that game, and then also too, Hopkins did that catch like a season before Odell did. Go look it up. The Odell catch before the Odell catch. So when people sit here saying these things, it's like when people don't give us the notoriety that we deserve, you start to wonder, is this really true? You start to wonder. So now let me go ahead and get to this. This is what I'm getting at when I'm saying it's just winning streak legit. Because the Steelers at the time, excuse me, not the Steelers, the New Orleans Saints, I'm sorry, lost their very first game of the season. I want to say it was to Tampa, I think. I forget who they lost it to, but it was the very first game of the season. And then they won 10 straight. That's amazing. They got a lot of notoriety. The Rams doing pretty good, got a lot of notoriety. The Chiefs doing good, got a lot of notoriety. Now, notice what I just said. The Chiefs are at this point 9-2. The Rams are 10-1. The Saints are 10-2. I'm trying to make sure I got the records right. But anyway, that's some good records. What's going on, Dove? How you doing? D-Love, how you doing, D-Love? Now, notice I said that these teams are legit. They are legit. These win streaks are legit. I mean, excuse me, not the win streaks. Their records are legit. But the Texans sitting at 9-3. Nobody really gives them any credit. And then when the Texans do get some kind of attention, it's very short. You can see us getting the first seed, D-Love. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Guess what? The Chiefs right now got their first spot. I'm trying to think of their record right now. But they only one game ahead in the AFC playoff seeding. because the Patriots and the Texans are 9-3, and the only reason why the Texans are below the Patriots because the Patriots are on the tiebreaker because they beat us early in the season. But the Chiefs are right there, and we are right there for the taking. So now I'm saying all that to say this here though is that the Texans sports don't get, excuse me, I'm sorry, Houston sports, I'm sorry, what I meant to say, do not get the attention that is well deserved. Now, I'm mainly talking about the Texans because here we are, started off 0-3. We lost to the Patriots, the Titans. Chiefs got the Chargers. Yep, see, if they lose, then I don't know who the Patriots got the Dolphins in Miami. And the Patriots always struggle against the Dolphins, always. So that game could go either way. So we'll see about that one too. And then we got the Colts. The Texans got the Colts, which is going to be a decent game, of course. So if the Chiefs lose and if the Patriots lose and we win, we got the number 1 seed. But I don't want to count my chickens for the hatch. But you're right there, D-Love. But if the Texans, now the Texans started up 0-3, we lost to the Patriots, lost to the Titans, and then we lost to the Giants. No, yeah, Patriots, Titans, and then Giants. We won our first game in overtime against the Colts, and then now here we are. We're going to play the Colts again. Now the question I pose is: the win streak started with the Colts. Is it going to end with the Colts? Think about it. So that would be kind of ironic if it did. But my thing is this here. I do think this winning streak is legit. I do think that no one is giving us the props that we deserve. You might have a few people out there saying, oh, yeah, because I watched Good Morning Football a few days ago. No, the Colts don't have enough in their arsenal to beat us at home. I mean, I agree with you there, D-Love. I agree. They don't. But you never know. Any given Sunday, any team can win on any given day, any given night. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, nobody expected the Cowboys to beat up on the Saints like that. And I know you're saying beat up on the Saints, they only won by 3. The reason why I'm phrasing it like that is this. Saints was one of the top scoring teams, scoring like 29, 30 points a game, only scored 10. Cowboys was scoring like maybe 17 points a game or somewhere around there, scored 13 and won the game, beat the Saints. Who would have thought that? So it's just something to think about. Who would have thought that? So that's why I say any given Sunday, anybody can win. Of course, I'm saying my Texans going to win. Of course, hands down. Texans are going to win, hands down. But I am saying this here, that I do think this winning streak is legit. You can't help who you play on your schedule, and you can't help. Yeah, we do need this win. You're right there, D-Love. We do need this win. But I'm not going to sit here and say that just because we played some of our wins were against teams that wasn't doing so well at the time or not doing so well right now, can't help that. You play who's in front of you, you either win or you lose. And we had some close games that could have went the other way. I mean, hey, our first win against the Colts, questionable. You know, they're going for it on 4th down and overtime. We could have won the game. I mean, we could have lost that game. Even the next game against the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Who has the 3rd ranked defense, I think, or the 4th or somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. Ranked defense. We could have Lost that game. We won that game. Then here go against the Broncos. They could have won that game too. They could have beat us. Then also against the Redskins. See, these are close games that we won that we could have lost. So, and that's what I'm saying. Is that you can't help who's in front of you. You got to play the game and you got to win. Anybody can win on any given day. So now I think that the streak is legit because you play who on your schedule. It's a pro NFL team. These guys are getting paid to play the game. And you might be saying, man, if you're making excuses. Well, no, it's just the truth. It just might sound like an excuse to some people, but it's the truth. I mean, we play some tough defense, we play some tough teams, we play some tough games, certain tough conditions, and we won. Just how it goes, we won. And like I said, if it's so easy because of our schedule, there has been teams that have easy schedules. How come nobody's ever done this before? Won 9 straight after starting 0-3 in 100 years. Well, in the history of the NFL, because 93 years ago, 1925, I should be exact. The New York Giants started off 0-3 and won 7 straight before they lost to the next game. So if it's so easy, how come nobody's never done this before? Just think about it. Right now, the Texans started off 0-3, now 9-3, won 9 straight. How come nobody else has never done it? So I think we're gonna make some noise. It's not easy. People just hate us. You right there. So I mean, just think about that for a moment. We all sit here, of course, Texans fans, Rockets fans, Astros fans, City of Houston sports fans. Period. We sit and we notice these things. But when it comes to national media, just think about this here. I want whoever watches this video, I want y'all to think about this, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this. But I want you to think about this. On any given Sunday, you can have about maybe 10 games played that whole day. At one time, maybe 5, 6 games could be played at one time. Do you really think that the national media pays attention to every single game that's played? Cannot do that. No way physical possible that you can do that. Hell, I can barely sit and watch the game at home and then have my daughter sitting there next to me wanting to know, can she get something to drink, or can I get her something to eat, or whatever. Let alone sit here and watch it, have a TV with 7 different games on at one time. Matter of fact, go to Hooters, go to any sports bar. They got all these different games on. Now you mean to tell me you're gonna pay attention to every single game? Impossible. You might take a peek here at this game, then take a peek at that game, then take a peek at that game, then take a peek at that game, take a peek at that game. That's it. But you can't sit and pay attention every single thing that's going on every single game. So that's how I know that they don't really see what's going on. But for some reason, they don't want to give us, Houston sports, the respect and the notoriety that they deserve. Now, I will say this here, about maybe 2 weeks ago, probably not that long, but somewhere around there, I was watching Good Morning Football, and Nate Burleson, this is when we was, so it had to be like a week ago, because this is when we had won our 8th game against the Titans. And Nate Burleson said, yeah, they might play some teams that you might not think that was good opponents, but hey, you can't help who you play. And he said, he had this quote that I'm going to steal from him. I'm taking this quote from him. He had this quote. He said, never apologize for a win. You won the game, plain and simple. Which is true. Never apologize for a win. So can't help who we play. We didn't make the schedule. Or I don't know who makes the schedule, but we didn't make the schedule. So guess what? We got to play the team that's in front of us. Like I said, if it was so easy, how come nobody else has never done it? Now, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this by saying I think the winning streak is legit. I think, we're finna get that 10th straight win. The Chiefs play the Chargers. The Patriots play the Dolphins. We could easily jump up to the number one playoff seed in AFC at this point. Coming this coming Sunday. Excuse me. So with that being said, y'all stay tuned. We're gonna see if the Texans can make it 10 straight. Because now the Colts are doing pretty good. Yeah, I know they just lost this past Sunday to the Jags 6-0, but the Colts are playing good, and we're gonna see what they do. Now, this is your boy Man Up. I'm gonna go ahead and chuck the deuce. I thank you, D Love and Jay Bird, for stopping by. Thank y'all, anybody who comes later and watch this video. Leave me a comment below. I try to respond to every comment that I get. Uh, Just to let y'all know, I appreciate y'all for taking the time out to watch me sit here run my mouth. I thank you. But I'm finna go ahead and end this. This is your boy Man Up, chunking the deuce. Let's get ready for 10 straight this coming Sunday. Peace.